Okay, so let's just put this one over there. I guess let's make a nice need output. Let's just make a null. Out debris. Something like that. And let's go up a couple of levels. Let's make an instance node. So an instance node will allow us to instance stuff. So I guess I'll call it rndr debris, because we already know if we want to render it, we call it rndr. Then by default, it just has one point in it because it's going to instance on whatever point is in here. But we want to object merge some stuff that we have. So we want to object merge our debris in there into this object. Then say maybe attribute randomize on p-scale 0.5. Let's make the global scale, I guess, 0.5. And let's just instance something on it. So let's go up a level. It's a few hours second input. So let's instance something on it that we already have, because we already made a rock, right? So we already have this rock over here. So, well, I guess we generated a couple of random rocks here. I guess we could maybe grab one of those. Well, this instance rock. And let's grab this file that we have, put it in there. So then we have something that loads a rock. So let's just pick one. We could also pick multiple ones. I mean, we already did that. But in this case, for the debris, they're going to be super small, and it's going to be faster to just instance one, because then it needs to do less work during render time. We're going to put that in. You can see now we instance some rocks on it. So you can already see them in the viewport. So it curls away some stuff because, well, it's just too many. I'm just going to make the p-scale a little bit smaller. So let's just have a look at what this looks like. Let's go in our camera. Let's maybe see if we can turn the color. Okay, so just gonna turn the display off for the non-curled one, for the curled ones. Let's just flipbook. See what this looks like in the full thing. So, boom. Now you can see we get some additional stuff. And what I'm immediately noticing is that our regular rigids are moving faster than our debris. And our debris pieces are lighter, so maybe what we want to do. And also I see some weird jumpiness. We should probably, like, especially there, like here's one. So here's one that bounces off this rock here, because we didn't change the bounce yet on these rocks. So we probably want to change that a little bit. So let's go into our debris. Let's go to rocks, and also let's turn down the physical, also turn down the bounce in here. And maybe we want to increase just the time scale on our rigid bodies here. Sim again, let's see what it does. So I made the time scale 2, so it should be about 2 times as fast. Let's just sketch it out, see what it does. Maybe a little bit too fast. Let's just make it 1.75. Let's sketch that, and then I'm going to call it done for now, at least the sim. Okay, so if we have a look at our rigids, let's turn off our rock explode. So it looks quite okay. You can see them sort of disappearing here, but that's de-instancing because, of course, we told them to sort of pop out of existence. We could also say that we want to, for some reason, this thing doesn't want to keep, whatever. But anyway, that's what that's causing. But they aren't spinning. You can see they're completely static. So maybe what we want to do is we want to introduce some spin. So first, we need to sort of orient them randomly. So let's make attribute randomize. Let's do that over here. And let's say, what do we want to do? Well, we want to randomize the orientation. So orient. Orientation is a quaternion. So we make it 4, let's say inside sphere. So that will mean that if we copy stuff, so I can show you if you want. So if we copy stuff to this, like let's say a pig, for example. Let's check, have a look over there. Let's make this a lot smaller. So you can see our pigs would have random orientation, which they wouldn't have if I didn't have that thing. You could also randomize the normal, but there's issues with normal rotations like gimbal lock and such. So we just want to do that on the orient. Okay, so then what we want to do is in the debris, let's make a pop spin. Put it in there. So we have something here. First, we want to say that axis is relative to the particle's orientation. So this is gonna look at the orientation, and then it's gonna spin around the orientation. I'm also kind of confused why this isn't the default in the rigid debris setup, because it does. I mean, you kind of want that in there normally. I'm not sure if I added this in my main scene, but it does add quite a lot if you have like spinning debris pieces. So let's put them like spin speed 100 or something. Let's have a look what this looks like. So let's go up a level. Let's disable our file cache for now. Let's just view our second input. And let's just have a look at some stuff. As you can see, now we see them spinning. Oh, and we see some issues, by the way. So, okay, so a couple of things we need to address. They seem to be getting bigger and smaller, which is not really ideal. So probably, okay, what that is doing is because we have a randomized p-scale here. This is now not doing it on the ID. So we need the seed attribute to be on the ID, because particles will have IDs. So because IDs will remain static, while point numbers will change around if points get deleted. So this should fix it. Let's have a look. As you can see, still then pop in and out of existence. That's because, of course, of the instancing. Again, if this doesn't happen during render time, that's because this thing, which for some reason doesn't want me to change it anymore. Maybe I need to reboot Houdini for that. It's probably a bug. But you can see the rotation working. Probably want them to spin a little bit faster. Let's make it 1000. Let's have a look. So now they spin super fast. What we don't want is to have them keep spinning when they're on the ground. So let's say that we want maybe spin speed, let's do it lower, like 300, and then say, let's have a look what this parameter is called. So if you hover over it, you can see the parameter. It's called spin speed, pretty simple. Times equals, and then let's say we want to based on the length of the velocity. So the length of the velocity is going to compute like how fast is something moving. It's going to be a float, and then we can multiply the spin speed by that. So now the debris pieces should, when they come to a halt, so when they hit the ground, they should probably stop spinning slowly. So let's have a look. So my camera culling is messing up a little bit. So let's just do something like that. So now you can see them not in the I'm going to quickly turn down my emission a little bit, so because the instancing is bothering me a little bit. Right, so yeah, now you can see they sort of, because when they're moving slow, they hardly spin at all. And then over here, when they're like in the sky, they're spinning quite fast. You can see it if we look at this. So that's looking pretty good. So let's turn off the bird rate again. So let's do it Maybe it was a little bit extreme first. Let's do 25,000. And again, let's save it out. Save. And then we should be good to go to head over to the next part. Okay, so this is our widgets, looking good. I think they're probably too big, so I'm just gonna go in there, change the size a little bit. And now let's do another flipbook. Let's turn on our rigid bodies. Let's also turn on our pyro maybe. No, let's not do that. It's just easier to look at it if we do this. All right, so let's have a look. I think they're a little bit too small now. So let's just make one change. That's 33. I don't know what, just make them as big as they were before. Actually, when you see them like this, it actually looks quite okay. All right, let's just flip book one last time, and then we'll head over to the next part, which is going to be the smoke effect. Yeah, looks good. Now also with the adjusted speed, this looks a lot better. All right, so let's move along.